Manchester Championship Show, 19th of February 1995. Boxers were judged by Mr. Tim Hutchings. He had 162, giving a total entry of 173. Our first class is 1220, minor puppy dog. 14 entered, 3 absent. To Kane, Midnight Madness. Marson, Sweeping Blue Thunder. Joligi, Let's Boogie. Cornford, Crimson Pirate. Hutton Vale, Hyperactive. Surfstone, Saboteur. Alex Val, After Midnight. Rushing Well, Perignon. Inside Trade at Harmore. Oranian, Chasing Rainbows at Geryon. And Hot Off the Press at Jippendale. The first one to be seen in class 1220, minor puppy dog, is number 5951 to Kane, Midnight Madness. Owned and bred by Miss Anne Ingram. Signed by Champion Fletcher at Sunhawk Norwatch. Out of Takane Stalemate. Born 29th of the 6th, 94. Takane Midnight Madness. Takane Midnight Madness. (5946) Marson, Sweeping Blue Thunder. Owner bred by Mr. C. Hickson. Signed by Sundawn Caruso. Out of Emma of Eldon. Born 2nd of the 6th, 94. And also entered in class 1221 Puppy Dog. Class 1222 Junior Dog. Class 1223 Novice Dog. And class 1227 Open Dog. Marson, Sweeping Blue Thunder. Marson, Sweeping Blue Thunder. 5904, Joligi, Let's Boogie. Owned and bred by Mr. Len, Mrs. Jill and Mr. Joe Clifton. Signed by Champion Tygarth Pashering at Seacrest. Out of Joligi, Betty Boo. Born 25th of the 5th, 94. Joligi, Let's Boogie. Joligi, Let's Boogie. Joligi, Let's Boogie. Joligi, Let's Boogie. 6011. Cornford's Crimson Pirate. Owned by Mr. Andrew and Mrs. Pat Barney, bred by Green. Signed by Champion Bits Shout Raw out of Cornford's Pirate Jenny. Born 29th of the 6th, 94. Cornford's Crimson Pirate. Cornford's Crimson Pirate. Cornford's Crimson Pirate. (5936) Hutton Vale Hyperactive, name applied. Owned and bred by Mrs. Angela Harper. Signed by Hutton Vale High Treason out of Hutton Vale High Spirits. Born 8th of the 7th, 94. Hutton Vale Hyperactive. Hutton Vale Hyperactive. Hutton Vale Hyperactive. 6028, Surfstone Saboteur, owned by Mr. J.R. Wood, bred by Mr. Peter and Mrs. Val Stinton. Signed by Hutton Vale High Treason out of Surfstone, Suzuki. Born 11th of the 6th, 94. Surfstone Saboteur. Surfstone Saboteur. Surfstone Saboteur. Surfstone Saboteur. (5966) Alex Val After Midnight, owned and bred by Mrs. Denise Mistalio. Signed by Manic Midnight Madness of Hill Walking out of High Lily, High Low at Alex Val. Born 19th of the 5th, 94. Alex Val After Midnight. Alex Val After Midnight. Alex Val After Midnight. Alex Val After Midnight. (5995) Rushing Well Perignon, owned and bred by Mr. Paul Singer and Mrs. Margaret Palmer. Signed by Romero Beaujolais out of Pure Honesty at Rushing Well, born 26th of the 5th, 94. Rushing Well Perignon. Rushing Well Perignon. Rushing Well Perignon. Rushing Well Perignon. (6029) Inside Trader at Harmore. Transfer applied for. Owned by Mrs. Maureen Ragg, bred by Mrs. Ragg and Miss Caldwell. Signed by Harmore Stiffs Trade out of Jippendale Hot Gossip at Harmore. Born 7th of the 8th, 94. Inside Trader at Harmore. Inside Trader at Harmore. Inside Trader at Harmore. Inside Trader at Harmore. 5922. Iranian Chasing Rainbows at Gerrioth, owned by Miss Dams Maureen Gerry and Angela Taylor, bred by Mr. C. Aldo, signed by champion Ashgate Able Seaman of Seafair, out of Iranian Just Perfect, born 20th of the 5th, 94. Iranian Chasing Rainbows at Gerrioth. Iranian Chasing Rainbows at Gerrioth. 5892. Hot Off the Press at Chippendale, name applied for. Owned by Mr. R and Mrs. J. Caldwell, bred by Mrs. Maureen Ragg and Mr. and Mrs. Caldwell. Signed by Harmore Smith's Trade. Out of Chippendale, Hot Gossip at Harmore, born 7th of the 8th, 94. Hot Off the Press at Chippendale. Hot Off the Press at Chippendale. Hot Off the Press at Chippendale. Turkane Midnight Madness. Lason Sweeping Blue Thunder. Joligi Let's Boogie. Cornford Crimson Pirate. Huttonvale Hyperactive. Surfstone Saboteur. Alex Val After Midnight. Rushing Well Perignon. Inside Trade at Harmore. Iranian Chasing Rainbows at Gerriot. And Hot Off the Press at Chippendale. First was Turkane Midnight Madness. Second, Joligi Let's Boogie. Third, Alex Val After Midnight. Reserve Inside Trader at Harmore. And VHC Hot Off the Press at Chippendale. Inside Trader at Harmore. Alex Val After Midnight. Joligi Let's Boogie. And once again, first in Minor Puppy Dog was Turkane Midnight Madness.
Yeah, that's that one from Scotland.
Class 1, 2, 2, 1, Puppy Dog. 9 entered, 1 pristine, 1 absent. Zanzar Flick Chief of Faith. Sue Cole, Prince Charming. Barbarossa Sea Swell. Kitui March with Dyson. Santana Blueprint. Royal Occasion of at Zeredith. Patelis Cantonar. That previously seen Marson Sweeping Blue Thunder. First one we're seeing in class 1, 2, 2, 1 Puppy Dog is 5921 Zanzar Fleet Chief of Fame, owned by Messrs. Fuel and Graydon, bred by Mrs. Sandra and Mrs. Sarah Baldry, signed by Champion Ashgate Able Seaman of Seabell out of Nancy's Fancy of Zanzar, born 13th of the 4th, 94. Zanzar Fleet Chief of Fame.
Just think.
Zanzar Fleet Chief of Fame. Zanzar Fleet Chief of Fame.
I don't think it'd be most people think same sort.
5962 Sukol Prince Charming. Owned and bred by Mr. Colin Lawrence. Signed by Suzanne Carr Alcoholic. Out of Sukol Allspice Aria. Born 2nd of the 5th, 94. Sukol Prince Charming. Sukol Prince Charming.
Seen her nearly every week. She's been poorly. So you don't notice it straight off.
Sukol Prince Charming. Sukol Prince Charming. Sukol Prince Charming.
She's just nothing on her anymore. She's
Sukol, Prince Charming.
Champion dog
5988, Barbarossa Sea Swell, owned by Mr. P. Randall, bred by Mr. Allen and Mrs. Doreen Greaves. Signed by Champion Bucksteps Charlie Brown, out of Pensia Sea Breeze of Barbarossa. Born 14th of the 4th, 94. Barbarossa Sea Swell. Barbarossa Sea Swell. Barbarossa Sea Swell. Barbarossa Sea Swell.
But you haven't said what you need to say.
5997, Kitui March with Dyson, transfer applied for. Owned by Mrs. S. Skilton, bred by Miss Lynette Davey. Signed by Kitui into the blue, out of Sandex Wind and Rain on Kitui. Born 19th of the 3rd, 94. Kitui March with Dyson, transfer applied for. 6020, Santana Blueprint, owned and bred by Mrs. Bernadette Whitby. Signed by Santana It's a Knockout, out of Santana Dram Viewing. Born 23rd of the 3rd, 94. Santana Blueprint. Santana Blueprint. Santana Blueprint. Santana Blueprint. Santana Blueprint. (5972) Royal Occasion at Zeredith. Owned by Mrs. Marie Meredith, bred by Bennett. Signed by Saturn Oaks Bobby Big Shot at Chippendale. Out of Harmore Gammon's Train. Born 9th of the 3rd, 94. Royal Occasion at Zeredith. Royal Occasion at Zeredith. Royal Occasion at Zeredith. Royal Occasion at Zeredith. 5906, Batellis Cantonar, owned and bred by Mr. Diane Costello. Signed by Champion Bucksteps Charlie Brown, out of Batellis, Lancashire Lass. Born 25th of the 3rd, 94. Batellis Cantonar. Batellis Cantonar. Batellis Cantonar. Marsburg, Marsan Stripping Blue Thunder, previously seen. Zanzar Fleet Chief of Babe. Sukol Prince Charming. Barbarossa Sea Swell. Kitui March with Dyson. Santana Blueprint. Royal Occasion at Zeredith. Vertellus Cantona. And previously seen Marson Sweeping Blue Thunder. First was Santana Blueprint, second Vertellus Cantona, third Zanzar Fleet Chief of Fame, Reserve Barbarossa Sea Swell, VHC Royal Occasion at Zeredith, Barbarossa Sea Swell, Zanzar Fleet Chief of Fame, Vertellus Cantona, and once again first in Puppy Dog was Santana Blueprint. Class 1222, Junior Dog, 12 entered, 1 previously seen, all present. We've seen High Bend, Captain Scarlet and Kitwee. It's no more fault. Fair Dawn, Bart Simpson. Doncleve, Derringer. Tonatron Amigo of Wild Axe. Beacondale, Strike It Lucky. Zyvan, Lightning Flash. Bucksteps, Toblerone and Holzar. Shiloh the Entertainer. Suzanne Carr, Barrister. And previously seen Marson Sweeping Blue Thunder. First one was seen in class 1222 Junior Dog is 5910. High Bend, Captain Scarlet at Kitwee. Owned by Mrs. Lynette Davey, bred by Mrs. Sue Bailey. Signed by Kitwee into the Blue, out of Chaotic Wren. Born 2nd of the 12th, 93. High Bend, Captain Scarlet at Kitwee. 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 $5969, It's No More Fault. Owned by Mr. A. McGill, bred by Valentine. Signed by Manic Midnight Madness of Hill Roy. Out of Alex Val, Strawberry Blonde. Born 12th of the 12th, 93. It's No More Fault, and being shown by Mrs. Margaret Sandilands. It's No More Fault. It's no more fault. It's no more fault. 5894, Fair Dawn, Bart Simpson. Owned by Mr. A and Mrs. S.J. Carroll, bred by Mrs. Sue Harley. Signed by Champion Fair Dawn Phineas Fogg. And at Fair Dawn, Bohan Go for Glory. Born 20th of the 1st, 94, and being shown by Mrs. Jackie Drew. Fair Dawn, Bart Simpson. Fair Dawn, Bart Simpson. Fair Dawn, Bart Simpson. Fair Dawn, Bart Simpson. $5885, Doncleve Derringer. Owner bred by Mr. Norma Brooke and Mr. Chris Ellingworth. Signed by Blue Pines Cherokee. Out of Blue Pines Bright Angel at Duncleve. On 13th of the 2nd, 94. Duncleve Derringer. Duncleve Derringer. Duncleve Derringer. Duncleve Derringer. $6027. Tonatron Amigo of Wild Axe. Owned by Mr. Frank and Mrs. Margaret Wildman, bred by Mrs. Sagra Tonkin. Signed by Champion Tonatron True Glory, out of Champion Tonatron Glory Lass, born 17th of the 11th, 93. Tonatron Amigo of Wild Axe. 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 5978. Beacondale Strike It Lucky. Owned and bred by Mr. M and Mrs. J. Neville. Signed by Champion Buckstep Charlie Brown. Out of Beacondale Golden Gun. Born 23rd of the 11th, 93. Beacondale Strike It Lucky. Beacondale Strike It Lucky. Beacondale Strike It Lucky. $5991. Zyvan Lightning Flash. Owned by Mr. P and Mrs. D. Shepherd and bred by Wells. Signed by Champion Stainmere Forceful William. Out of Vengeance Dolly's Diamond at the Zyvan. Born 16th of the 8th, 93. Zyvan Lightning Flash. Zyvan Lightning Flash. Zyvan Lightning Flash. $5957. Bucksteps Toblerone at Holzar. Owned by Mrs. Karen Jones, bred by Mrs. Jenny Whittaker. Signed by Champion Bucksteps Charlie Brown, out of Bucksteps Quality Street at Holzar. Born 12th of the 2nd, 94. Bucksteps Toblerone at Holzar. Bucksteps Toblerone at Holzar. Bucksteps Toblerone at Holzar. 5924. Shiloh the Entertainer. Owned by Dr. and Miss D.G. Sloan. Bred by Mrs. Stuart Lockwood Brown and Tony Curtin. Signed by Shiloh Cosworth out of Full Circle to Shiloh. Born 19th of the 9th, 93. And been shown by Mrs. Maureen Gerry. Shiloh the Entertainer. Shiloh the Entertainer. Shiloh the Entertainer. Five 889 Bucksteps Smarty, owned by Mrs. J. Brown, bred by Mrs. Jenny Whittaker, signed by champion Bucksteps Charlie Brown, out of Bucksteps Quality Street at Holzar, born 12th of the 2nd, 94, and also entered in class 1223 novice dog. Bucksteps Smarty. Bucksteps Smarty. Five 895 Suzanne Carr Barrister, owner bred by Ms. Downs Sandra and Susanna Carter, signed by champion Jippendale Quincy Dental for Suzanne Carr, out of Suzanne Carr Lady Law Down, born 19th of the 10th, 93. Suzanne Carr Barrister. Suzanne Carr Barrister. Suzanne Carr Barrister. High Bend Captain Scarlet at Kitwee. It's no Marfault. Bear Dawn Bart Simpson. Doncleve Derringer. Tonitron Amigo of Wildax. Beacondale Striker Lucky. Ziafan Lightning Flash. Bucksteps Toblerone at Holzar. Bucksteps Smarty Shiloh the Entertainer. Suzanne Carr Barrister. And previously seen Marson Sweeping Blue Thunder. First was Suzanne Carr Barrister. Second, High Bend Captain Scarlet at Kitwee. Third, It's No More False. Reserve Bucksteps Toblerone at Holzar. And BHC Fair Dawn Bart Simpson. Bucksteps Toblerone at Holzar. It's No More False. High Bend Captain Scarlet at Kitwee. And once again, first junior dog was Suzanne Carr Barrister. Class 1223 novice dog, 11 entered, 2 pre-seen, 1 absent. Seafeld Illustrious. Sampei Sultan. My Dad's Mortal Kombat at Sugarwood. Tucane Red Sunset. Blueprint Beer and Skittles at Walk-On. Haldane Golden Viking. Romero Bow Ranger at Trywell. Bucksteps Chariot of Fire at Dalgary. So the first one seen in class 1223 novice dog is 5949. Seafeld Illustrious, owned by Mrs. V. Highland, bred by Mrs. Pat Heath, signed by D-Run Invincible of Seafeld, out of Seafeld Corralita, born 22nd of the 10th, 93. Seafeld Illustrious. Seafeld Illustrious. Seafeld Illustrious. Five 884 Sampei Sultan, owned by R. Brander Stevenson, bred by Mr. Ralph and Mrs. Suzanne Huntley, signed by champion Glenpaul the Gladiator, out of Brand's Team Song at Sampei, born 5th of the 9th, 93. Sanfei Sultan. Sanfei Sultan. Sanfei Sultan. Sanfei Sultan. $5917. My Dad's Mortal Kombat at Sugarwood. Owned by Mrs. Veronica Fever and Mr. John Cormack. Bred by Mr. Kevin and Mrs. Sharon Fitzgerald. Signed by champion Ashgate Able Seaman of Seafeld out of Marvin Melba at My Dad's, born 12th of the 2nd, 94. My Dad's Mortal Kombat at Sugarwood. My Dad's Mortal Kombat at Sugarwood. My Dad's Mortal Kombat at Sugarwood. My Dad's Mortal Kombat at Sugarwood.
I didn't like the temperament on her. I mean, my pocket temperament there.
My Dad's Mortal Kombat at Sugarwood. $5953. Turkane Red Sunset. Owner bred by Miss Hanning. Signed by Turkane Simply Red. Out of Turkane Dusky Lady. Born 10th of the 2nd, 94. Turkane Red Sunset. Turkane Red Sunset. Turkane Red Sunset. Turkane Red Sunset. $5974. Blueprint Beer and Skittles at Walk-On. Import. Name applied for and transfer applied for. Owned by Mrs. Yvonne Miller, bred by Johnson. Signed by Jen Roy Pott, back to Walk-On. Out of Australian champion Walk-On Skittles, born 7th of the 9th, 93. Blueprint, Beer and Skittles at Walk-On. Import, name applied for and transfer applied for. Blueprint, Beer and Skittles at Walk-On. Blueprint, Beer and Skittles at Walk-On.
It's funny, it has these socks, like a Nunu.
5886, Aldane Golden Viking. Owned by Mr. and Mrs. F.M. Brooks, bred by Duncan. Signed by Mantim Optimist at Trywell. Out of Aldane Golden Chiffon, born 13th of the 10th, 92. Aldane Golden Viking. Aldane Golden Viking. Aldane Golden Viking. Aldane Golden Viking. $5959. Romero Bow Ranger at Trywell. Owned by Mrs. Angela Kennett. Bred by Mrs. Mandy Laidlaw. Signed by Romero Beaujolais out of Romero Scotch on the Rocks. Born 24th of the 12th, 93. Romero Bow Ranger at Trywell. Romero Bow Ranger at Trywell. Romero Bow Ranger at Trywell. (5984) Buck Steps Chariots of Fire at Dalgary, owned by Miss Anne Podmore, bred by Mrs. Jenny Whittaker, signed by champion Glenn Paul the Gladiator out of Buck Steps Hot Gossip, born 12th of the 1st, 94. Buck Steps Chariots of Fire at Dalgary. Buck Steps Chariot of Fire at Dalgary. Buck Steps Chariot of Fire at Dalgary. Buck Steps Chariot of Fire at Dalgary. Seafound Illustrious, Samfei Sultan, Maida's Mortal Kombat at Sugarwood, Takane Red Sunset, Blueprint Beer and Skittles at Walk-On, Aldane Golden Viking, Romero Borange at Trywell, and Buck Steps Chariot of Fire at Dalgary. The previously in this class are Buck Steps Smarty and Marson Sweeping Blue Thunder. First was Blueprint Beer and Skittles at Walk-On. Second, Maida's Mortal Kombat at Sugarwood. Third, Buck Steps Chariot of Fire at Dalgary. Reserve Romero Borange at Trywell. And VHC Takane Red Sunset. Romero Borange at Trywell. Buck Steps Chariot of Fire at Dalgary. Maida's Mortal Kombat at Sugarwood. And once again first novice dog with Blueprint, Beer and Skittles at Walk-On. We now move on to Class 1, 2, 4 graduate dog, 9 entered, 1 absent. Seafoam Wayfarer of Seafell, Danvera Love and Pride. Santon Oaks Red Hot Prospect for My Lycum. Fair Dawn Jim Jiminy. Tegalian Summer Sun. Boimries The North Awaits. Surfstone Hot Property. And Romero Beaujolais. And the first one we've seen in Class 1, 2, 2, 4 graduate dog is 5944 Seafoam Wayfarer of Seafell, owned by Mrs. Pat Heath, bred by Evans, signed by champion Ashgate Able Seaman of Seafeld out of Robarton Snow Prelude at Seafoam, born 22nd of the 3rd, 93. Seafoam Wayfarer of Seafeld. Seafoam Wayfarer of Seafeld. (5916) Danvera Love and Pride, owned and bred by Mr. David and Mrs. Deborah Eldridge, signed by champion Bitter Shout and Roar, out of Browcombe Little Precious at Danvera, born 9th of the 2nd, 93. Danvera Love and Pride. Danvera Love and Pride. Danvera Love and Pride. (5901) Santon Oaks Red Hot Prospect for My Lycum. Owned by Mrs. Carol Chippendale, bred by Mr. Vince and Miss Annabelle Zammit. Signed by Santon Oaks Ringo Red, out of Shercon's Kind of Magic at Santon Oaks, born 9th of the 2nd, 93. Santon Oaks Red Hot Prospect for My Lycum. Santon Oaks Red Hot Prospect for My Lycum. Santon Oaks Red Hot Prospect for My Lycum. 5909 Fair Dawn Jim Jiminy. Owned by Mrs. C. Cox and Mr. T. Bone, bred by Miss Sue Harvey. Signed by Maricine Jiminy Cricket, out of Fair Dawn for the Good Times at Rapos, born 2nd of the 7th, 93. Fair Dawn Jim Jiminy. Fair Dawn Jim Jiminy. Fair Dawn Jim Jiminy. 5970 Tegalian Summer Sun. Owned by Mr. J.R. McGrath, bred by Miss Alison Stevenson. Signed by Champion Sules Whatever You Say, out of Arabella's Encore, born 2nd of the 6th, 93. Tegalian Summer Sun. Tegalian Summer Sun. Tegalian Summer Sun. (5881) Boimries The North Awaits. Owned and bred by Mr. G. Beaumont and Miss D. Imrie. Signed by Woolrate Xanthium, out of Pretty Rose of Teal, born 13th of the 1st, 93. Boimries The North Awaits. Boimries The North Awaits. (5882) Surfstone Hot Property. Owned by Mr. Vicky Bell, bred by Mr. Peter and Mrs. Val Stinton. Signed by Champion Tygarth Pashering at Seacrest, out of the Surfstone Susanna, born 4th of the 6th, 93. Surfstone Hot Property. Surfstone Hot Property. Surfstone Hot Property. (5961) Romero Beaujolais. Owned and bred by Mrs. Mandy Laidlaw. Signed by Champion Tygarth Pashering at Seacrest, out of Genroy Popsicle for Belmont, born 13th of the 11th, 92. Romero Beaujolais. Romero Beaujolais. Romero Beaujolais. Romero Beaujolais. Seafoam Wayfarer of Seafeld. Davra Love and Pride. Santon Oaks Red Hot Prospect for My Lycum. Fair Dawn Jim Jiminy. Tegalian Summer Sun. Boimries The North Awaits. Surfstone Hot Property. First was Seafoam Wayfarer of Seafeld.